right, let's get this shit started. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Ad Nauseam Podcast. I am Scott, and we have producer Pat with just a lovely background on his Zoom.
Yeah, if you aren't watching this, this is big because this made that Twitter account.
That's such a weird. There's this Twitter account. I don't know who's running it. Obviously, it's a former KCAC athlete. It's called Random KCAC Athletes. And yeah, they put, I don't know where they got that picture from. I'm guessing social media
followers, but everyone I know like follows that account.
It's weird. I follow it now.
Oh yeah, me too. But
once they put my name up there and they had like the right dates that I was there, because I didn't go there all 4 years. Like they had.
Oh, did you not?
No. So I did 1 year. I was JUCO trash for 1 year. I went to Kelly County Community College and played basketball there. But yeah, they mentioned that I was only there for 3 years. And I don't know who this is, but then yeah, they picked like the only good picture of me playing basketball I've ever had.
It's like you got some hoops, man. You got some jumps, dude.
Yeah, and I'm not sitting on the end of the bench or fucking fouling somebody or turning the ball over. So like they flattered me and I retweeted it. I'm like, I'll follow you for like giving me this little mini boner for one day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like it because your dick is kind of right behind my head there.
Big old like that. You don't gotta worry about the dick. You gotta worry about that left nut. That's what's gonna get you.
I thought I could be a good weatherman, but I am not good at this.
It's just hard, man. Gary Lezak makes it look easy, but he's a pro. Okay.
Yeah, he is, man. Yeah, those veteran weathermen really know what they're doing.
Goddamn right. We have a bunch of weird, fun commercials for you because we're starting to get into like this season of, like the last few episodes we had the basketball tournament, but now we're just kind of getting into baseball, and basketball is still in its regular season. So I don't really know like how these campaigns go, but like these are just kind of like they're just kind of peppering us with kind of random ass commercials. There's no real theme to them, which is great because like one of these first ones that we're going to show is this Pringles commercial. They're like, okay, like remember the Pringles commercials? They've been doing this commercial for way too long where they'll stack different flavors. Have you seen those before, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just kept doing that, the same fucking joke over and over. So like, I'm just happy now that they're not doing that with this commercial. Else. It's something else. And it's super silly and I love it. So like, go ahead and let's play the first Pringles commercial that we have today. Lovely background.
Mr. Clark, your daughter is a very good kisser. Is Mrs. Clark a good kisser?
When you crave the uncomfortable, try new spicy Pringles Scorchin'.
Yeah, that's like a commercial.
I fucking love that commercial. I saw that one for the first time last night. I was late getting used to commercials, and I was howling laughing at this because if you're not watching, it's a very easy commercial to explain. There's this white kid, dorky little mousy looking white kid sitting there, and he's eating these like scorching hot Pringles, right? And he even has like a little button of this cute black girl on his jacket. And then it kind of shows him sitting there eating at this dinner table. And then he says, like Mr. So-and-so, your daughter's a really good kisser. And then it pans to the black dad who's just sitting there trying to have his nice cup of tea or cup of coffee.
Right.
And he goes from like smiling and accepting to just like deadpan. He's fucking just staring daggers into this kid. And they just kind of do this back and forth of just staring at each other. The kid's unfazed. He's just eating these scorching hot Pringles. Then it goes back to the dad. The dad is still unamused. He's like, wants to kill this kid. And then eventually the kid ends the commercial by asking, like, is your wife a good kisser too? And the tagline is, when you crave the uncomfortable, like eat these Pringles. And I think this is fucking genius. I think this is wildly hilarious.
It makes sense. It's funny.
The dad is so much bigger than this little twerp of like a 13-year-old or 14-year-old kid. It's like perfect casting. Because like I'm sure that this guy, he's an actor, but I'm sure he's a dad too. He just kind of has that dad look.
No, and it's a nightmare. Like that's the kind of dad, like in high school, like if you were going to pick up your girlfriend or whatever, that's the kind of dad that you would hate to be
You
sitting.
don't want to see him because every dad, when you're 13, looks intimidating as fuck. Your dad is one of the your dad's great. Your dad's funny. He's good to hang out with, but your dad is tall as fuck. And he's a character. He could easily intimidate the fuck out of kids if someone came to date your sister, you know?
For sure.
So like if so they like perfect casting on the guy and the kid. It's just so it was just I watched it a few times just because the kid gets it. Like this actor gets it. He's like, I'm just gonna stare daggers into you. I'm challenging you. Like, and then every time I after like the third time, I always do this, Pat, but it's mostly with bad commercials. But even with good ones, I want like an X-rated director's cut version to where the kid's just sitting there eating his Doritos, and he's like, you know, your daughter can suck a mean dick. Like he just says that. And then at the end, he's like, does your wife let you eat her ass or something like that? You know, just it doesn't need that at all. But like that's where I went after like the 10th time I watched this commercial.
Yeah, no, that's like if you were doing a stand-up gig, that's the one you would say at a club. But if you had
For sure.
If you had to do a corporate gig, you would change it to that.
That'd be my A or my clean material, my dirty material. It's just I love that commercial so much. It was.
But that's how you know it's funny. Is it works either way? It's funny, clean, funny, dirty. It's funny.
It's better. It's better. Yeah. It's just like if you can make that clean like they do, then it's just so funny because like I don't know. I'm gushing over it because I feel like this is the first good commercial I've seen in a long time. Because I'm susceptible to this shit. I'll go buy scorching hot fucking Pringles right now based on that commercial being
100% the same way. I've done that, especially with like fast food commercials with like KFC, my chicken sandwich, and I'll just leave my house and go get the
commercial won't even be over. You're already in your car.
Yeah, it's just commercial's not even over. I'm out of my house. I left the door open. I'm like, I need to try this right now. So, dude, I'm totally susceptible to advertising. 100%.
Good. I'm glad that we're both consumers, true consumers. Yeah, 100%. Consumers is basically just a nice way of saying fucking idiot.
It is one. Yeah, absolutely.
This next commercial though isn't as funny, and so like.
By the way, I hate listening to people eat and chew.
Yeah.
Favorite things, but it works in that commercial. It's very funny.
Talk to me because like you're just hearing the crunch of the chip, which is fine. But like one of my biggest pet peeves on podcasts, on TV, on anything is when you're talking into a microphone and you have food in your mouth. It makes me I feel like I'm on the spectrum at that point.
Yeah, incensed with anger.
Like, you know, when you touch an autistic kid's head and he fucking flips out and wants to beat people up. That's how I feel. Yeah. And do you remember there's so many examples of it. Like when podcast people do it, it drives me insane because like, hey, you have 23 hours out of the day to eat. Why are you eating now into a microphone?
Like it used to happen earlier on in podcasts. Like, first
like
the podcast, people eat all the time, but no one knew.
Because everyone's sitting there thinking like, oh, well, this is how casual I am. This is how easy this is for me. Fuck you. Stop eating. It makes my eyes like tickle. It drives me insane. I can't stop blinking when I hear people eating into the microphone. And do you remember the Jeff Ross, Dave Attell special, the bumping mics?
Oh, yeah.
So they do one of those where they show them I think they're at the Comedy Cellar in New York. And during the fucking show, Jeff Ross is on stage eating chicken wings. You fat fuck, dude. You're filming this for Netflix. What are you doing eating into a micro? I turned it off. I didn't care if Bruce Willis was in the fucking front row. Fucking knock it off, man. That shit. That makes my blood boil more than anything.
Yeah, but that makes total and like it's insane that he would do that for Netflix. It's insane that he would even just do that on stage, period. It's like, hey, have that 1 hour you're working, you don't eat.
They're lucky that I wasn't like the director for that. I would have interrupted the whole fucking show at Comedy Central. I'm like, eat it now, we'll wait, and then we're gonna start over.
Well, and chicken wings are like a bad one too. Like that's the worst.
Juicy and ugh. God.
And you got to like lick your fingers and
I barely like eating like chicken wings in front of like people like you and like other friends. Like it's fucking all right. I'll go on
by myself, like in front of my TV, like hungover.
I'll go on way too long complaining about this. This is like my get off my lawn kind of fucking thing.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying. So it was the food chewing was funny in the commercial because it worked. It didn't bother me, which it usually always does.
I know. I'm with you. That makes sense.
So this next commercial is for
this Bounty. So this is another commercial that Bounty has this theme where they spill shit and everyone freaks out. So this is the same commercial, but just different year. So go ahead and show this bounty commercial.
Because yeah, they've had a similar ad campaign for years.
Oh yeah.
18. 23. We won. Yes.
Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
I'll hold on to that.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
So for those of you who can't see this, this commercial, it's a man and a woman, a husband and wife, whatever, in their kitchen. They're watching the lottery numbers be called. He's got his ticket. Eventually, they realize that they won, right? And he freaks out and he spills his juice on this very, very flat, very hard table.
I think that glass would have broken once.
Yeah, me too. And then that juice is just running straight for that lottery ticket that's just sitting there, which he already had in his hand. I don't know why the fuck it's on the table. Anyways, then the wife freaks out. They scream in slow motion. The husband freaks out. And then all of a sudden they have bounty and they quickly get the mess cleaned up with the bounty paper towel. However, let's just break this down. Let's not even tear it apart yet. How about you just move the fucking ticket? Like, how about instead of going and rushing and grabbing and tearing off some bounty fucking toilet or a paper towel, you just move the fucking ticket. It should already be in your hand.
And throw your arms up in the air.
Yeah. Why are you throwing the ticket down? Also, if that ticket gets wet, who the fuck cares? It's still going to be pliable. Now, if that was 2 lines of cocaine, yeah, juice is going to ruin it. Like it's gonna not be good cocaine.
Right.
It's going to dissipate. It's going to evaporate. Your juice is not acid. It's not going to eat that fucking paper alive. So I don't get the overreaction, but that like we were saying, this has been their kind of their campaign to where they spill something simple like juice on a very hard surface, not on carpet, not on a child's fucking face, but on a hard surface, and people are losing their fucking mind. It is insane. And so I just don't get why the overreaction. I don't get how this fucking ticket is going to lose all of its value, you know? And then at the end, of course, the guy's treated like a fucking dope because the woman's like, oh, well, I'll take this from you. Even though he picked the numbers, bitch. You guys are gonna be rich because of him. Don't treat him like a fucking child.
No, especially towards the end of the commercial, they were remarkably calm, having just won the lottery.
Right. I would have. Oh man, I like that glass wouldn't have been tipped over. It would have been thrown across the fucking room.
Yeah, it's like we're fucking rich.
Yeah, I'd throw her on top of that table with the juice on it. I'd use her as the bounty bounty paper towel as we fucked hardcore because we're now rich.
Yeah. Or that's, maybe he hates his wife and he's like, you know what? I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, true. That'd be sweet.
Fucking juice.
I see. That's the director's cut. That's the ending that we need to see, Pat. I'm glad. See, you're doing it.
But the whole thing is ridiculous. I mean, like you said, it didn't make sense. He was holding the ticket in his hand, and then suddenly it's 5 feet away from him on the middle of the kitchen island.
Yeah. And also, so we saw where they were living. It looked like a very nice kitchen. It looked like a very nice house, and they're playing the lottery. I'm not saying that upper middle class or even wealthy people don't play the lottery, but we all know who plays the lottery. It's fucking people in double wides. Don't make it seem like these rich people are playing the lottery and are super pumped to basically, I don't know, add more. It's just like the optics of it. I get that you don't want to associate yourself with poor white trash, but if you're doing a commercial about the lottery and people who would be pumped about fucking, because in this commercial, it'd be like, you're in your double wide, you're in your fucking fold down kitchen table that, because you have to have room for your living room, fold down kitchen table. You knock over your fucking cup of chew spit and that goes everywhere. Then yeah, fucking freak out because that's fucking gross. And then
Chew Spit's way better. I was gonna say Busch Light, but Chew Spit's way better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would. It's just the optics hit me wrong, but that shows you how I've just seen the commercial too many times, and they need a new fucking campaign. Stop spilling stuff.
Watch the results on TV. If they are playing it, they just bought a ticket for fun because they were at the gas station or whatever. Yeah. They're not waiting for the results to come on TV.
And what are you proving with your Bounty paper towel that can clean juice off of a countertop that's granite? What like my fucking like, I have printer paper that can do that shit.
Yeah, my t-shirt.
Yeah, it doesn't like this doesn't prove that Bounty is worth a shit for anything.
Yeah, no, that's just it's a flat, clean surface. Like
Yeah,
anything gonna clean that up instantly.
Anything. Put your fucking dog up there. It'll lick it off in no time.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all in all, bad commercial. I think when I was a kid, they used to have the things where like, which I think they still do, where they'll have like the split screen, and then it's like two hands, and it's like the paper towel here, and they wipe it up, and then one falls apart, and the Bounty one is just completely dry.
Yeah,
like, effective at least, but this is just stupid. Like the logic doesn't make sense. Everything about it is
No, it's bad. It pissed me off, and that's how you know. Like, this is how I know that life is going pretty good for me when just this is the worst thing that I have to worry about. You know. What's our third commercial? I think it's
Yeah, I hate these commercials.
Oh yeah, this Liberty Mutual commercial. They're just cranking them out, and they're all bad. But this one really, really hit me.
Okay, let's do it.
Not everybody wants the same thing. That's why I go with Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need. Because I do things a little differently.
Hey, I'll take one, please. Wait, this isn't a hot dog stand?
No. Can't you see the sign? Wet teddy bears. Get your wet teddy bears 100% wet, guaranteed, or the next one's on me. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
So, okay, so like these Liberty commercials, Liberty Mutual commercials, if it's not like the emu and the guy, then they're always at this pier that overlooks, like you can see the Statue of Liberty in the background, right? Mm. So on this one, there's like this hot dog stand looking guy. A guy walks up to the vendor. He's like, hit me up with one. And he pulls out this wet teddy bear and he gives it to him. The guy's like, this isn't a hot dog stand. He's like, no, look on the front, it says wet teddy bears, you fucking idiot. And then, then he goes off does his little cat call. And he's like, hey, get your free teddy bear or get your teddy bear. If you don't like it, the second one's on me. Well, first of all, let's just start at the end of this commercial. I didn't see that fucking guy pay. So I feel like the first one was on you. And I just don't get this. Like, even because I know I had to listen to like the audio, I had to listen to what they're saying, but like, was he just saying that Liberty Mutual does things in a different way and so does he? And so that's why instead of selling fucking hot dogs, he would sell wet teddy bears? Is because like I get that Liberty Mutual is trying to set themselves apart from other insurance companies, but you aren't setting yourself apart from street vendors. You're a fucking maniac that needs to be institutionalized if you're trying to sell wet teddy bears.
Yeah, and it's like their whole thing is only pay for what you need.
Right.
So like that makes sense. Okay, right. But then in what world no one needs a wet teddy bear? Yeah.
Also, he had one good point. Like in the director's cut, the guy would be like, yeah, because like he hands him a wet teddy bear, puts him in a little tray and hands it to him. And the customer, he's like, wait, so this isn't a hot dog stand? And on the front, he's like, no, look on the front. It says fucking wet teddy bears. And I'm like, oh, he does have a point there, idiot. Like I get that you'd be confused about the wet teddy bears, but like, can you not fucking read? Like it just said that. Are you as fucking dumb as I am?
Yeah. Can you not read signs?
Yeah. This one was like, holy shit, bottom of the barrel to where like, I feel like they're out of ideas now. They can't think that this was a good idea. They had to be like, okay, we have one more commercial to go. And Phil's like, are we going to do my wet teddy bear idea? And they're like, fuck, God damn it. I forgot about that one. But like, we don't have anything else. Fine, Phil, go make your stupid commercial. And he's super proud of it. He's like one of those bad directors, who's made like a C- campy fucking horror film. And he thinks it's just the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like that. That's what Phil, who wrote this commercial, is thinking right now. He's like, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be the fucking Martin Scorsese of commercials.
Yeah, he's Tommy Wiseau. It's like I make Tennessee level drama.
He is Tommy. God damn it! Oh, what a great night that was, Patrick.
This doesn't make sense. And like I told you, I hate these commercials. And you mentioned the guy with the emu.
Yeah, those Doug.
But at least they're just dumb. It's whatever.
They're just silly. Yeah, I get they're playing off the emu. But like this wet teddy bear one just comes out of fucking left field.
And then there was the other commercial that I've seen where it's like the
kid is the
guy that can't act.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the commercial, they someone narrates over his.
They dub over it, yeah. Then there's the kid who's sitting there in like for some reason it's a cell phone costume.
Yeah.
And then he gets wet, but all of a sudden the cell phone works, and then he just jumps in a big bag of rice. No, they're fucking idiotic. But like this makes all of those other ones look really good. This one makes all the other ones look like they make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like this doesn't make sense. It's bad. Like it would make more sense if it's, their things only pay for what you need. The guy goes to a hot dog stand and the guy only gives him ketchup or something.
Yeah.
Like that would make more sense logically.
Of course. And you know how I talk about like Laffy Taffy jokes on this all the time. Like it makes it seem like a kid wrote it. This isn't even that. This is like someone who just got out of a straitjacket, tried to write a commercial. And then people were like, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's definitely film this.
Just woke up from a coma.
And who like
for 30 years?
Yeah,
the commercial they wrote.
They're like wet teddy bears, and they're like genius, fucking genius. Let's make this commercial. Fuck this commercial. We're done with it. Let's move on.
Move on.
It's pissing me off. It's early in the morning. I don't want to be mad. Yeah. So that's it for our main segment of shows, our main cluster of commercials. So let's move on to our blast from the past, oldies but goodies. We've got. Because like we've done this before in a sense to where perfume and cologne commercials, I think you'll agree, are insane. They are wildly weird. They don't make sense. And I actually thought that was just kind of like maybe like a recent thing, like the last 10 years. But then I forgot about these Elizabeth Taylor White Diamond commercials. And they've been not making sense for quite a while. So go ahead and play Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds perfume commercial. Are you hearing that, Pat?
Yeah, do you not hear it?
I can now.
All right. Just always growing up.
White Diamonds, the intriguing fragrance from Elizabeth Taylor.
My mom had White Diamonds, and that shit smelled terrible. It was just awful. I mean, it's for old chicks. I get that, but like, it was just musky and just smelled like someone someone put good perfume on a skunk. It was just bad. And so in this commercial, basically, it's all black and white. Elizabeth Taylor like flies into this, who knows where, this Casablanca looking type place.
Yeah.
He has no connection with this guy, but this guy's playing like what is I assume to be poker. And in this pot, in this hand, there's a lot of cash. He throws in a big ass diamond. And then she comes in and gives her one fucking earring, which can be as much as that fucking diamond, that blood diamond that definitely millions of people died for.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you don't really see if he wins the hand, but the other guy he was playing against gets very mad. And then it just kind of ends. And so like, I don't know if everyone dies. This makes zero sense. It actually makes more sense than some of like the Johnny Depp commercials where he's like burying his bracelets and he's got guy liner on.
Oh yeah, those things are just ridiculous.
Yeah. And so I don't know what's going on, but that's the point of this shit. Perfume, cologne commercials. If it makes sense, it's garbage. If it leaves you thinking, what the fuck did I just look at? It's a good scent commercial. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I remember these commercials from when I was a kid. And even when I was a kid, I was just like, that's a weird commercial.
Oh, for sure.
The camera angles are crazy. It's like crazy zoomed in on everything.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Aesthetically, it doesn't look good.
No.
Not a good looking commercial. It also doesn't make sense. I think you're right. I think after that, everyone did die. Because, I mean, if you play in a poker game, some guys like are really crazy, strict about like the rules and who they let at the table.
Yeah.
And
you can't just walk in and like add to the pot.
Here's some outside money. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're not playing. This isn't how it works. You can't do that.
Also,
so, I imagine everyone was super pissed at her. So she died. He died. That's what happened.
So guess what? I'm guessing those earrings kind of don't bring you luck anymore, you fucking idiot, because you just ruined this guy's life. You ruined their poker game. Do you not know how fucking gambling works?
Yeah, and they were in like Havana or something. Like there's no laws where they are.
I just don't get how your hurt little earring is going to do anything over that blood diamond. That's insane.
These have always brought me good luck. Okay.
And then every guy gets up and just shoots fucking everyone.
Yeah, that's what happened next. But you're right. It doesn't make sense. That is definitely old lady perfume. I used to work at a restaurant where old people came into all the time, and that was something that women over a certain age, it's like, oh, white diamonds.
Oh, you can smell it from everywhere, and it smells like your grandma. It smells like
it smells like the inside of a church.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just potent or if they just douse themselves in it, but it's like you can. That's the only thing you can smell.
That's it. That's the only thing. And the rest of the day too, even when you're not near it, you're still just gonna smell it.
Yeah, for sure.
Away.
Oh God, I'm glad I don't have to like those would be the easiest commercials to make, just because it doesn't have to make sense. There's no plot. There's no theme. There's no nothing. And so if you get tapped ever, Pat, to do a scent commercial of some sort, cologne or perfume, you're good.
Yeah, you're right.
It's super fucking high.
It's Lady Gaga. It's Johnny Depp. They're wearing long drapey scarves.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah. They might be walking on a catwalk where no one's there.
Right.
It doesn't have to make sense. They're looking at the camera.
Nope.
And then they just say the name of the perfume, and then that's it.
There's a coyote on top of Johnny Depp's convertible. Don't know why.
Yeah. I think that when they did the James Franco roast, Bill Hader called them explicitly gay Gucci ads. It's homoerotic.
Yeah, it is. All right, that is our episode for this week. Fucking Bounty can get fucked. I hate them so much. I'm just gonna announce who can get fucked after this. There's no scoring system, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, who can get fucked this week? It's Bounty. They're figure it out. You've been doing the same commercial for 4 years.
Yeah, and if there was a winner, it would be Pringles.
Oh, Pringles is killing it. I'm once we get off, once we finish this, I'm gonna go watch it 10 more times. Yeah,
and I'm gonna go buy those Pringles too because I like hot things, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I think they look good. Yeah, Pat and I are the general consumers. So if you want to follow us on the social media, our Instagram is Ad Nauseam Pod, and then on Twitter we're the Ad Nauseam Pod. I couldn't get both. I don't know why. And then you can email us email us adnauseampod@gmail.com. Send us in some of your favorite commercials or your least favorite commercials. We like to shit on them. We'll give them praise every now and then, but really there's so many bad out there. They need to be dealt with. They need to get the piss taken out of them. They need to be taken down a peg or two. So yeah, hit us up online, email us. Otherwise, I'm good if you're good, Patrick.
Yeah, 100% good.
All right. Well, we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet.